What's that, Nick? Hey, all right, welcome everybody to today's it's Q&A private coaching call. It's a Friday edition, and this was one of these calls that it actually transpired. Nate and Phil, if you want to show your beautiful Kiwi mug, you can show that as well. But this was one of those things. I got an email from one of our tribe leaders here that has been at our masterminds, Paulo, and it says, hey, if you want a private coaching call and join our coaching, then get started with our tribe, and you can join me, for at least 30 minutes here. And I went, you know what, I dig that, and I want to do a private coaching call just for a limited amount of people. I'm going to do Q&A at the end, but I wanted to also give some very cool training that you don't usually hear within our tribe hangouts, and something to where a lot of people talk about money, right? This is a lot of it's why we're here is we want to make money, right? There's certain things that we want to get to, such as time, freedom, you can name it. But now what I want to do, one of the things I said, you know what, I want to break down the money side of things today, so people can get a really good sense. We're going to do a few other things. My wife's going to get back here in a little bit. She's picking up Hanalei from school. We got Phil, the Kiwi. He may pop on with the webcam just a little bit. He's going to share a little bit. Nathan Buchan, he's another Kiwi leader. We actually did a 38-minute video while riding our bikes back from surfing today that you're all going to have to check out. That's very, very cool. And we're talking about this on what do we want to share, something unique, something not only to welcome brand new people, to give them a little coaching aspect that they usually don't get. And I did it on a webinar format today because a lot of times with the Hangout, I don't get to have the interaction and call the people out. So what I'm going to do, I want to start off and get really into the meat and potatoes of what I'm going to cover. Let me pull up a 1 second. I'm going to pull up my Inner Circle audios. And I think if you're watching this on a recording, you can't see my webcam anyway. So I'll leave my webcam on, which will be very cool. And then I'm going to turn on my share screening. Share screen sharing, show my screen. And I'm going to, why can I change presenter? Let me see, why am I waiting to view on the screen? Stop. Why can't I show my screen right now? Make me presenter. Okay, cool. And then I will be able to share my screen, show my screen. All right. Very cool, very, very, very cool. All right. So this is one thing and that I wanted to go over with. Rhonda actually mentioned this to me because, here's something unique that probably you haven't went through, and we talk about this at our mastermind sessions. If you haven't got your mastermind ticket, if you're not a Black Card member, all-in member, and haven't got your mastermind ticket for Nashville, get it. We've already went through the fast movers, which ended on March 1st, and so we are, we're probably, I think, already halfway sold out. It will sell out. There's no doubt about that. I'm actually wearing my mastermind shirt from Las Vegas, which was just about 6 weeks ago. And thank you, Mr. Stephen Moody, for these fabulous designs. I can't wait to see the new Nashville one with the guitar and the city and everything. But anyway, it's really cool to get to come together. We always get together every single week to do a tribe hangout. And a lot of the tribe hangouts, we do a lot of housekeeping. I'm not going to do really much housekeeping. You can watch the tribe replay from the link that we have every single week. I also have a new member orientation that I did about 2 weeks ago, and that's on how does a new member get started, getting up and going. I will also send that link out to everybody, because if you haven't watched it and you're brand new, it's a great call. I don't want to go over any information that I've went through before. I want to have some real brand new stuff, some meat and potatoes, and then get into some Q&A, because on our tribe hangouts that we have every single week, and just to give you what that siren is, it's the ferry boat. It's about ready to leave for Friday. So if you're wondering, are these guys under a cyclone or something? No, it's the ferry boat that is just about 50 meters from us is about ready to leave. So anyway, that's what that noise is. And yeah, so I want to go over some things, and this is having a webinar. We're able to have the Q&A, and what I want you to do is I want you to really start thinking about some serious questions, because this is the time where you don't, where you're going to grow is really getting out of your comfort zone, and it's stepping out onto the court, not just being that person up in the stands, a spectator, but if you really want to have the results, you're going to get out on that court, start playing, right? And so I want you to really come up with some questions that is not only going to help you. Hey there, just from inside of my house. You can actually show my Christmas tree if you want. We still haven't taken down our Christmas tree. I like it personally, so I don't know why we want to take it down, but anyway, there's my Christmas tree in the background. So, man, with the Christmas tree, I just lost all my my concentration. Everybody's seen that, but I'm gonna get into some meat and potatoes and share some things. I'll share. Okay, I'm gonna share my new member orientation that I did about 2 weeks ago, and it really goes over the foundation of where to start, how to do it. I'm not going to go over that. I want you to watch that video, and I don't want to duplicate a lot of things. So this is going to be some fresh stuff. You can watch this. We're going to have a replay of it. You can watch the replay over and over. But I want to share. I'm going to start off with this, and I bet you if you're on the replay right now, you can't even see our faces anyway. So here's our screen, and I'm opening it up there, and you may not be part of our Empower team yet. You may be just at the iPass level, and that's fine. A lot of people just got started. And you may have already plugged into Empower. You may be at the Pro level, which is the blog and the Inner Circle. You could be at the Silver package, which is up to the team building formula. I'm going to look at this right here, the top producer formula. If you're at the Gold level, it would be the team building formula, the next one down. And if you're at the Black Card member, it would be all viral blogging, Inner Circle, top producer formula, team building formula, and mass influence formula. Now, one thing I want to share on this, this Inner Circle, Rhonda says, you know what, you should go through, because we haven't went through this for such a long time. And I think it's so valid. This was actually part of the 15K formula that they is one of our products that is actually it was replaced, not just replaced. It's actually, you can still get it if you've had all the products from a month ago, and you can actually find this. I'm going to show it to you right here. View all products. I got to log in right back in here. But the 15K formula, was replaced by the team building formula, but you can still get access to it. And if you look on lesson 1, oh, they actually switched it all up. Never mind. I'm looking at and you know what? I'm going to let you know, just since I'm on this right now, the 7-figure email secrets. 2 years ago, I had no idea how to write emails. So if you're wondering about emails, how to write them, and really get the foundation, I learned exactly from lesson 1, and this is Aaron Rashkin who did this. I've watched this video probably 4 to 5 times and taken so many notes and implemented so many things and taken just so many ideas from Rashkin. An incredible lesson right there. So there goes my whole thing. So I don't know, since they redid this, I'm not going to show you where it is. I think they probably just put it into the Inner Circle. So I'm going to go back to what I was originally going to do anyway. And what I want you to do, because they've redone this, and if you haven't done this exercise, I want you to go back through this. And a lot of people come here with the mindset of, okay, just teach me how to market, teach me how to get leads, teach me how to get sales. And there's one of the key factors is that you have to have the right mindset. And if you listen to any top producer in our company, in the industry, it comes with the right mindset. Okay, so one of the 8 core commitments, when you get started in Empower, one of the things they say is to read daily, listen to personal development, right? And our Inner Circle audio is just about that. And here's what I want to show you, because you may not have seen this, but it says, please check out this before you get started. When you click on that, it says print out off the workbook. I want every single one of you to do this right now. Now, since I'm on a little small island here in the Caribbean, I don't have a printer, I can't print mine out, but that's okay. I can at least print this, I can at least pull this up and have my PDF right here. And I want you to write these questions down. So you don't do it right exactly when I'm talking on this, but I want you to do this tonight. So this is such a key thing. And Dave Wood did this, and I bet you, I think this is essentially what he did was he took that lesson one, what I was talking about, was actually setting your intention, and he put it into this PDF. So this is actually a very cool thing to start with. I'm not going to read it, but it's setting a 90-day outcome worksheet. And if any of you, if you've been on my personal team, this is very similar to what my Create Your Perfect Day is. I'm going to show this, and if you want to get to my Perfect Day video, and many of you guys have done this, How to Create Your Perfect Day, you can go to our Unstoppable Family blog, and then you can go to the How to Create Your Perfect Day. And I actually have a video. It would actually be cool for you to watch my video and go through this exercise. I have a whole list of PDF of questions to ask. And this one, what Dave has with the Inner Circle audio and the Inner Circle workbook, this is going to go hand in hand, and both of them are very valuable. But if you went through my video first and then print both of these out, this is really going to assist you on getting the right mindset and then getting you there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, because I have no idea, I want to keep this short, I want to have it for Q&A, I want to go through some numbers for you guys, because, and the cool thing is where is it at? Okay, I'm just looking at this one more time. What do I want? And he switched it up a little bit. But it's having that 90-day outcome worksheet, okay? And then we want to talk about an income goal. Now, a lot of you guys, we had a cool, Phil, do we have a cool conversation today? Like, we did a 38-minute video. Nathan's uploading it. But we had a conversation on how, you know, you can't just stick your toe in the water. A lot of people, they'll say, okay, they'll be at the IPASS, you know, the trial or the system level, and maybe at the pro level. And they're like, I want to make 10K per month. Well, there's certain things that you can want something, but if you're not taking the right action to make it happen, you're never going to get there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through an exercise and actually pull up my calculator here and show you some numbers on how to get there. But a lot of people, just for all sake and purpose, is that a lot of people say they want to come here, right? I want to make 6 figures. Well, what is it going to take to make 6 figures with what we're doing? So I've been an engineer. I was an engineer, robotics engineer. So I'm good with numbers. So let's do some numbers here on how you're actually going to get there, right? And so since I can't write it, I'm not going to be able to write it out. I'll show you a calculator right up here. Use my notepad. But you can do this exercise and write it out with me. And a lot of you, you're already a black card member. You already got access to, run this training in a black card membership with the branding, with Jabril and Justin's Facebook marketing PPC training, or in John Pemberthy's YouTube training. And that's one of the, some of the resources you get when you're a black card member. If you're a black card member, you probably already went through these numbers, but it's always good to know these numbers. I love going back through these every once in a while. And so let's just do this. Let's do some calculations for all sakes and purposes. We haven't done this for such a long time. But let's just say we'll talk U.S. dollars, okay, since we're paid out in U.S. dollars. So let's just take $100,000, okay? $100,000. Is that enough zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Yep, $100,000. And if we divide that by 12, we are going to have 8,333. That's our monthly number goal that we have to make that. And I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper. Let me just make sure, since I am rambling. First of all, is everybody hearing me? Is this some stuff that you want to hear on some brass tacks numbers? Because we haven't done this for quite a while. Let me look at some. Let me raise your hands if you want to see these numbers here. And if you're hearing me, okay, cool. I'm getting some hands up. You want to see it? Cool. All right. I'm going to share this with you because I think it's very valuable. Questions, I'm going to look at that. Yeah, cool. All right. Hello. Mute. Sounds great. Okay, we lost. Okay, thank you. Cool. Yeah. All right. Awesome. So I'm going to go through this. So So just check this out. All right, so if it takes $8,333 per month to make $100,000 per year, right? And if you even go this even further, we make $8,333 divided by 30. We're looking at we got to make $277 per day. All right, so not much. So I'm writing this down. Why don't everybody just write this down? This is a kind of cool number. So $277 per day. So one thing you got to check on is like, okay, am I doing enough to be producing, $277 per day, right? Well, I'm going to make it just easy, looking at it per month. But in order to get at that level, if you're just at the iPass, system member, it says $47 per month, right? I'm going to show all these calculations. $47 per month, and then it's times 0.7. You get $32.90. So for every person that gets started with you and purchases the system, right? They get a trial, and then they have a system monthly membership. It's $32.90, right? So if it's $32.90, how many people would you actually have to bring in to have the 100K per year? Well, let's just look at that. It's 8,333. Divide that by 32.9. All right, so write this number down, 253 new members, all right? And so the one cool thing, though, and I'm not going to go into the whole recurring sales, I guess I can't even think of the right word right now, residual income. Like, how can I not think of that right now? Anyway, so I was an engineer, but I don't, lost a lot of brain cells in college, but that's okay. All right, so we got that. So just write that $253 or 253 customers, right? I'm going to talk about the residual piece of it, but I just want to shoot these all out. Now let's go to the next one, all right? Let's go, if you're at the Pro package level, that's the blogging system and the Inner Circle. And if you add up each one of those, the Inner Circle is $100 per month, and then the blogging system is $25 per month, and we have a multiplier. We get 70% of those commissions. So just look at that. If we get 70% of those commissions of $125, we are looking at 87. So 125 at a Pro package, take that times 0.7, and we're looking at $87.50. So let's add $87.50 to 87.50 plus the 32.9, right? And that's 120. Okay, so 120 and that's what each person would be. So if we take the 8,000, we're going to keep on using this exact same number, the 8,333, divide that by 120. So we'd actually have to have 69 people. So we'd, from the first one, if you were just at the iPass sales, you'd be at 253 members, right? Now if you're at the Pro package level, then you only need 69 people. All right, so now let's say we're upgrading. Okay, so now if we're upgrading, we got the Silver package, which is the top producer formula. Okay, the top producer formula, which is right here, and that's 500, and 500 times 0.7, so cost is 500. And I'm not doing the discount on this right now. I'm just doing this all retail, and let you know when I got started 2 years ago. It'll actually be 2 years ago next month that we got started with Empower, and everyone, all the way up until probably about just 6 months ago, there was no discount whatsoever. We paid full price, and the full price was $5,125 for all the products. Anyway, I'm just sharing that with you. If you purchase within the first 7 days, and I think today, if you're just at the level of just getting started, you have until tonight to get the $1,000 discount. So if you do, take advantage of it. But I'm just going to go over just the retail prices right now. So 500 times 0.7, you get 350. So if we add that $350, right, to what the Pro package and the iPass system is, which is 120, it's 350 plus the 120, and that's 470. So write the 470 down, and that's what you'd be making on one person if they were all the way at the Silver level, right, which is the top producer formula. I'm going to take that magical number, what is that magical number? 8333, and then let's divide that by 470. So now you have essentially 18 new people. So now let's look at this. This is just kind of interesting. When you do the system sales for iPads, in order to make that 100K per year, you need 253 people if you're just the iPads. If you're the Pro package level, you need 69. If you're the Silver package, you're at 18. All right, so now you can see how it goes. And this is, so you can just get an idea of what it means actually where you're using the profit maximizers, is what iPass calls it at. And also, the cool thing about owning the products is that they actually teach you how to do what we do, and to be a top producer formula, to be a team building, they have the team building formula, and then also the mass influence product, which all is the curriculum to help actually build us and our teams. And then what we also offer, we offer the marketing side, which is the cool thing, like I mentioned, through Jabril and Justin's Facebook PPC training and John's YouTube training. And there's also other trainings in there within the iPass system, but I just want to share that with you. All right, so now we're moving up to the gold level. I'm going to be really quick at this. The gold package, which is the top, the team building formula, that's $1,000, and it's a 70% commission on that. So that's $700 for that product that you get in commissions. So let's just add the $700. I did that quick math. I'm not going to type it out. 700, and then we're going to add all the way up to what the silver package was, which was 470. So that's 470. So write this number down, $1,170. Okay? We're going to take that magic number once again. What's that magic number? 8333, right? Phil, you know the magic number? 8333. All right, you guys are going to have nightmares about this. 833, it's going to be going through your head. I like the 8s, and 3s are cool too. So 83333, divide that by the number you just wrote down, which is 1170. Bam! Now you have 7 people, right? In order to make this 100K per year at this, you only need 7 people. All right, now let's just go all the way to the black level. The black level, which is the mass influence formula, which is a $3,500 product. Take that times 0.7. That's $2,450, right, for the profit of that. You got $2,450. I'm doing this fast. You can always rewind it too. And you got to add what it is up to the gold level, 1170. What is that? 3,620. Okay, 3,620. Keep that number down. Write it down. What's the magic number, Phil? 8333. So 8333 divided by 3,620. Lo and behold, 2.3 people in order to do that. So you can see what happens when you are, first of all, you position yourself. So like if somebody says, well, I'm going to be making, 10K per month or 100, I want to make that. Well, there's no reason, if you have that belief that you're going to be able to do it, there's no reason that you should not be positioned at the black level. But this is hopefully helps you out. Does this help people out? I want to give you some numbers because it's like you just can't be at the blogging level and go, I'm going to be making 10K per month or 100K per year. The top producers are not bringing in that many people in order to make it happen. So hell yeah, okay. I like that. There's a ton of amazing training with the products and the FBA. Yes, Michelle Tafoya. How do you suggest I focus on first to really get going? Okay, great question. I'm going to do this in Q&A. Cool. I'm new to the internet. Gina, well, welcome to the call. Sonia, oh yeah. All right, back. Thank you. All right. Making very interesting. Good. Anyone else? Are you digging this kind of material right now? At least getting some numbers. And I want to share this with you. You know what? Actually, what's his name? Chris Jones actually has that in the sequence about a McDonald's franchise, and we've been using that one forever. And one of the things when you're coming in here, you got to position yourself right away. And with franchises, just like McDonald's, when somebody buys a franchise, they buy a franchise. They don't just buy the hamburgers, and then if the hamburgers start making some money, then they start buying the French fries. When the French fry machine starts working and making money on that, heck, let's just open a drive-thru. No, you have everything ready for business. And also, it puts yourself in a mindset. Phil, I want to bring you out because this is such a cool thing. I'm going to switch it up a little bit versus me rambling on here, and I want to ask you some questions. So open up your mic. I want to see your smiley face here. Okay, cool, dude. Man, my Andy here is flowing like crazy right now. You guys, oh, I've got Nathan here too. All right, maybe what we should do is I wonder if I can put my cam in the middle between you guys, and I could be like a kiwi sandwich or so.
You're a kiwi sandwich on my screen.
Oh no.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Nathan, did you dig those numbers?
Oh, totally, man, totally. And the funny thing is,
Yeah.
I don't have 253 members.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
You know what? Here, I want to show something else. Do you guys, if you guys want me to be very transparent with you guys and just show you what my residuals are, this is not typical, but I'm going to show this to you guys just to give you like, okay, what are these guys doing? I'm going to show this with you right here. So there you go. You get to see my residual income. This is just for your use. Don't be showing this to anyone. I'm not afraid to show it. This isn't typical. Right? I'm not typical people. But this is what we have, this residual income. And if you're looking at, like here, the iPass income. So I want to put it as a reality. If you look on the leaderboard, right now for the last, I'll pull this up, the leaderboard within Empower. Just give you, so just so you can really get an idea of here. Dun, dun, dun. All right, within the leaderboard, this is what you have in Empower. So over the last, the last 7 days, we've been in the number 1 for the last 7 days of income, number 2 in the last 30, and the number 3. So you can just get an idea of where we're at. So you can like do your own gauge. Okay, how much guys are making. I'm not afraid to show it. It's cool. But this is the residual income, and if you look at iPass, right, 3450 for. I wrote this number down here a little while ago, and in order to do this, we have 105 active members. Now, this is going to vary within iPass because you also get the 6-figure upsells that are added into that. But essentially, around 100 active members in order to get that. Now, one thing I want to share with you on this is the way that when we have the March 18th supercharged iPass launch, essentially. Probably my numbers are going to over double right when they flip the switch, because not only are we going to have the iPass, the $32.90, but the $97, which is just for Black Card members for coaching, it's actually going to be required to make any income whatsoever within iPass, and everybody's going to get the coaches, and you're going to get a lot more benefits and features. But essentially, my residual income, when they flip that switch on March 18th, is probably going to double to about double and a half. So that'll be cool. I'm very stoked on it. We got a lot of cool things. We got Dan, our video man, if you've seen any of our videos from the masterminds, he edited some killer videos. If you're part of our tribe and was at either the last 2 masterminds, you're going to see your smiling faces, and it's going to be awesome. Stoked on that. And then just to give you an idea for the Empower income, so for the residual, this is just based on active numbers. If you take that 6282, divide that by $87.50, which is the 70% of the inner circle and the blog, I'm looking at about 72 active numbers. 72 active numbers. So that's just will give you a basis of where you got to be at. So if you're looking at us, and we're some of the top income earners, and if you look at it, saying I'm going to bust it out just on the the pro package level, and thinking that you're going to have in order to get that 100K, you're going to have about as many active members as what we have, 69 versus 72. I just want to throw that number out so you can't see. I'm just thinking there's a lot more people. If you look on like the leaderboard within Empower, that makes I want to show you something else that's kind of cool when you look at this. If you look at this. And Nathan and Phil, I'm gonna let you talk, but I want to show some cool stuff, and I know you guys are busting out. You got a lot of your team members here, but just to show, we don't just market like crazy. We build a tribe, and so we're not busting down the doors on the most signups. If you look on here, I'm not even in the top 10 for the most signups for the last 6 months, the last 30 days, the last 7 days, or even yesterday. But if you look, we're in the top incomes because what we do is we build tribes, and that's what we teach you. And there's a reason why, and this is no joke. We are the top producing team tribe within Empower and iPass. And why is that? Is we build a tribe. And what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nathan and Phil. I'm going to let you guys fight over who wants to talk first, because we chatted a lot about this today while we were riding, and I want to have them give you some nuggets, because I'm the old 40-year-old dude that's been in this industry for 10 years, and then you got Nathan, who's brand new, went to his first mastermind just 14 months ago in Miami. Phil just went to his first one here just 6 weeks ago, and they're having phenomenal results. I want you guys to hear from some, I'm going to just call you newbies, but now you're not newbies. In a short amount of time, now you're trainers and teaching and having the results. And Nathan, within a year making 6 figures in commissions. And thank you. With this pay structure, he's passed up at least about 20% of that. So we thank you. And he gets Taco Tuesdays, dollar cervezas, and dollar tacos every time he produces for us. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to one of you two guys and give your perspective. And then what I want to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to go as long as these guys want to, but I want to turn it over to you guys and fill in some blanks, fill in some stuff that you think for new members, some meat and potatoes, stuff that they don't typically get. And then we're going to do some mad Q&A and close it out and let people go have their pina colada for the weekend, all right? Cool?
Yeah,
Who's
man.
first?
Yeah, Phil, you can jump out first because I'm really excited. I know I promised, my people that this was time for Q&A, so I know to have questions come in, and I do want to, make sure that we fulfill the questions. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot. I really want to dig down and I'll read through the questions. So if you do have anything on your mind, please be specific with your questions and write them below. And then I'll help, let's get them cranking because I know you guys, you're all at different stages. Some of you are brand new. I've invited this to everyone within our team, so you might have got started a few days ago, and I can understand if this is kind of going over your head, but I really want to touch on as much as I can for everyone, and we will have like an all-in for our Black member call. We'll have a private call for you probably this time next week, just to make sure that you guys are really getting your stories and things down and everything sorted for you, because you're playing at a different level. You can pay for marketing at that stage. So if you have any questions, and I've got some written down, we'll dig into them shortly, just write them below. But for now, Phil, man, what's happening?
What's up? What's up? It's good to see there's a lot of attendees here today. It's pretty good. Pretty much Brian smashed it out before what he was saying. We did take a 40-minute video today, which is actually really good. We touched on some things that I haven't really talked to a lot of people about, which is really good. For a starter, dipping the toes in it. A lot of people ask me, why have I come so far so quickly? And it was probably because I didn't dip my toes in either to start with. I mean, I knew as soon as I joined, as soon as I joined Empower, I was in it for the long haul. I had a choice. It's pretty much do you want to dip your toes and you might make a few dollars here and there? Do you want all the training, or do you just want to see if you can wing it, sort of thing? And yeah, so to start with, I just knew, I was desperate at the time. I wanted a life change, and I really needed one, more than anything. So I just said, screw it, I'm just going to do it. And from there, I pretty much just think of just infinite amount of information. There's so much there. I bet everyone in Black knows right now there's so much information to go there. So I just had everything I could branch on. And then, yeah, I think everyone thinks you can make $1 million off this quick, internet thing, $32 or whatever it is, $47 a month. But the truth is, you need to know what you're doing. You need to be proud. You got to understand what you're doing and how to do it. So yeah, that's my biggest thing to start with. And then, yeah, do you want to jump in for a sec?
Let me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Nathan, you go, because you guys, this is very cool. If you guys don't know, let me introduce these guys, because there's probably some brand new people. Like I said, I've been in the industry for 10 years, and Nathan, he actually found me. It was before actually Empower, about 4 years ago, but he got started with me, Ron and myself, I don't know, maybe 16 months ago, and he didn't go full on out until about 13 months ago. And he got started with us, and then Phil found Nathan online. So what's cool is like kind of like, you know, I'm building my own tribe. Now Nathan's building a whole bunch of tribes of young Kiwis, Aussies. I mean, not just all Aussies, Kiwis, but a younger thing and just a different vibe, and it's very cool. So now, Nathan, why don't you chime in here, man?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm actually digging through some of these questions because really I want to be here for the people that that are trying to really get it going. And of course, I understand what it's like working a full-time job, and I'm getting a couple of messages from people just in the questions through here, and they're telling me, I'm working a full-time job and looking after my kids at the same time and things, and they're struggling for a bit of time, and I can totally understand that because I would listen to the Inner Circle audios at work all day, every day, and just go over them again and again and again, and I just basically kept them on repeat. I'd plug my phone into the work van while I was playing, do that, and I just kept on it. I really did give it a really good go. I had my mind on it the whole time, and I understand that people are going, all right, I want to do anything. I'm willing to do what it takes, and that really is the attitude that you've got to have in the beginning. And it does come down to personal belief and attitude. Like if you want it this bad enough, and you can see the results that people have had. Like I mean, Brian's just revealed everything, and it's like I'm sure that is more than enough for any of you. Residual, and that doesn't scratch the surface when you actually count how many upgrades and things. I know that, which is crazy, but it's more than enough to be able to live most of the dream lifestyle that you guys have in mind. So if you want this bad enough, that's you've really got to do what it takes. But people are getting a little bit confused on what exactly to do in what order when you're getting started and when you're brand new and you're fresh. Now it depends really where you're at. It depends what your goal is, and it depends how much time you have, because working a full-time job, you can't spend 15 hours a day on this trying to get everything mapped out, you know what I mean? So basically, if you are at the, say, pro package, and that is all you can afford, and you're willing to start there, you want to work, you want to build a good foundation so that you can build this long-term business. You can see the vision. Now, I get it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. I said, me and Brian were talking about this morning on a video we'll actually share with you soon because we shot it this morning, and I know I couldn't afford it. When Brian put it out to me, it took me like 2 weeks to look around the house and to sell things like sleepers and to sell my surfboards and to, really get the money together to do it. And I might be crazy for doing that. That might have made no sense if I was to tell someone like my dad at the time, which I didn't. I kept it secret. This is my own personal. This is what happened with me. I'm not suggesting anybody goes and does anything they don't want to do. This is my experience, and so I, it took me time to do that. But what I did in the beginning, okay, while that was happening, I plugged into the audios. You've all got the Inner Circle audios if you're pro. Listen to them and go right back to some of the first ones, some of the archived ones. You want to listen to some of the original guys to see their vision and what they had when they're just talking about empower. There's no iPass, just empower, and you want to hear what they're saying. You want to listen to the vision. You want to listen to the way they market, and then you want to think about, right? Get this. Look at what everyone else that is having success have done. The ones that are doing the best have really created their own brand around themselves. Now, this is really important. So if you don't have an idea of like a brand, a brand and who you want to kind of identify yourself as, think about what you love doing and what you really would like to do, what your ideal day is. Go through Brian's, Brian's probably touched on this before I came here. I was like 10 minutes late. But make sure that you focus on, go through his Create a Perfect Day exercise and brand yourself around what that day would look like. So for me, I wanted to be this easygoing because when I worked, I was the opposite. When I was plumbing, I would wake up early and I'd be stressing just like way too much. I'd be running around the job, running around the building sites for tools. I would stress. I really fretted over the boss. I really did care what my boss thought, and I wanted to, give a good image, and he didn't really care about me. So it was a bad situation, right? So my ideal life was the total opposite. I wanted to live this relaxed life. I wanted to travel. I wanted to be the cool guy that just kind of like has fun wherever he goes. You know, it's just, I want to do something different and I want to break out of the norm. So what did I do? I created my lifestylepreneur page because I'm willing to do what it takes to live the life of my dreams. I was like a lifestyle entrepreneur, like lifestyle entrepreneur, lifestylepreneur, like that. It kind of has a ring to it and it suits me. I was like, I'm going to roll with that, right? So these are kind of things that you guys need to think about. What is that brand, that idea, that thing that you're going to start? See, a lot of the work is going to go on in here. So you want to think about that. And then when you do that, you want to create a page, okay? And if you look...
Let me just interrupt just a little bit, just so I can break it down, what you're saying. And I want to go right back to you. But what Nathan's talking about is building a foundation. And here's what a lot of times we put the carriage before the horse. And if you don't have that foundation, the right mindset, trying to learn how to market and doing stuff, and you don't have that right brand, then the marketing is going to go out the window. So I just want to have people really understand what Nathan's walking you through. It's having that foundation. And when Nathan was saying, when I was at work, I was listening to the audios every single day. Man, turn your car into a university, right? Listen to those audios. Put good stuff in your brain. Nathan, you guys, I'm a testament of it. When you guys walk up to my house and stuff, do I almost always have an audio going on, like Anthony Robbins or something going on? Do I do that? Because I'm always
when I saw those eggs up here.
Yeah, I always put something on. So while you guys are getting up and going, and sorry for interrupting that, but this is the foundation, man. This is the foundation. So while you're, looking at that, hey, what's up? Waving to people in the ocean. It's the give and serve, people. But that is it. So I'm going to let it go back to you, but that is getting that foundation, the right mindset. You have to have that. You have to be very clear. And there's 2 exercises, like what Nathan said, my perfect day, and that exercise I shared with you on the inner circle. Get very crystal clear on those, because if you're not crystal clear on that, then everything else about marketing is not going to do you 1 ounce of good. Okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I share this with people, and they kind of go, well, you're not really teaching me anything because it's like you're telling me to get my mind over it. This is everything. And this is a really good example, man, because in Orlando for the event, when I was preparing my slides and what I was going to speak about, okay, I looked back on my page to one of the first few posts. It was on like September something of 2013. And it was when I first created my page, not long, just after I started. I thought about my brand for a long time, and I looked exactly 1 year later. I grabbed the 2 posts and I put them side by side. Basically, one of them is it was a view of me in Bali, right? And I took a trip of I took a photo of a past trip I had to Bali and experience I had, cooking up coffee, and I really had a good time. And then 1 year later, to the exact date, was another photo of me with a short line, and the paragraphs were almost identical. You know what I mean? Except the only difference was that one post had 1 like, and the other one had like 100 and something. And it just showed that when I started, the moment before I started my page, I actually knew what it was going to be about, and the message is still the same. So the way I post is the same. The person I am is like the same from the start to finish. And if you think about this, I see this all the time, right? If you want to embrace the person that you want to be. You want to be the person that you want to be before you're even that person, okay? And I see people on Facebook, on their pages, promoting, all these wonderful quotes and this positivity and this go-getting sort of attitude. And then on their personal profiles, they'll share something totally negative about a war or something that's going on in the world. And to me, it doesn't make sense. See, now you want to make sure, now you guys, you're all getting into this, you've all started. If you start thinking about Facebook in a different way, like your office, then you can really have great results just by sharing what most people would consider a normal post on Facebook can make you a ton of money. And it actually happens, right? But what you have to do is you have to embrace the person that you want to be. You have to make it your brand, but you have to live by it. You have to always be consistent with the person that you want to be. So you won't see me on my personal profile post anything negative and bag anything or share anything stupid like that. You just won't. You look back for the last year. If you look back before that, maybe I did. But for the last year, once I finally discovered my brand, I've stuck to that, and I have not wavered. So that is a good place to start. You know, when you're in the beginning, it's just like get that brand, whoever it is you want to be, and start to embrace it. Now I know you might want to travel the world, you might want to do all these cool things, and you may not be there yet, but you can still embrace the vision of it. You can start talking about travel, what it means to you, why you want to travel, people that inspire you. I would share a lot of Brian and Rhonda's stories and who they were and what they did and how they've inspired me. I would do it with Brian, with Bob Proctor and things like that, just like the way that different people inspire me and why I want to be like them and things like that. And you can word your posts in a way that just inspires other people. You can share quotes, you can do things like that. And all of these little things are little pieces of the puzzle that bring your whole basically your whole business together, because your business is based on all these little pieces that you have connected in a circle. So another question that I had was like, how big or what kind of emails are you sending? And that comes down to the same thing. So now, when you have that message in who you are, you start to understand the way you kind of talk and communicate with people like you do with yourself. So when you write posts, if you want to know how I structure my emails, I'd basically send them like I would send them like say if I was to send Brian a quick email, I like to write them as if I was connecting with someone on a mutual level. Because if I try to do it from a place of I'm coming from a business here, it doesn't connect with people. People want to connect with people. So if you want to make sure, and stop me at any time, I might be rambling hard here, but I wanted to just get some information out to my crew, because I know I've had like a lot of questions. I'm going to just try to cover everything as much as I can. But so hold on tight, and you might want to like.
We can go for as long as possible, man. This is a Q&A, and I'm here to get their questions answered. And yeah, let's do it. Let's roll.
Yeah, and keep rolling through the questions. If there's some I missed, and you can
let me throw this out. I want to throw this out to you, Nathan, because a lot of people are, when you ask about questions about emails, I actually sent this out in the Facebook group. If you go onto our blog, like 8 ways to effective email marketing, and we did a hangout on that with our tribe probably a couple months ago. I'll post that for everybody as well. It's a great email on how to get open rates, etc. I want to share this with you. When we first opened it up, Nathan, and I looked at that 15K formula, and it was Aaron Rashkin's inside the autoresponder of a seven-figure earner. That is exactly how I started to learn how to do email marketing right from the get-go. Here's one thing that happened. When we started marketing and we're getting traffic, I was using a preset autoresponder list. Now, they didn't all, it really wasn't my style. But what happened was I didn't know how to write emails. I didn't know anything of like the structure, the subject, the body, the call to action. I had no idea on any of it. So I used a campaign code from somebody else. I don't even know who it was from within Empower. And I was getting sales. And after a month, I'm looking at it going, man, I bet you I can convert so much higher by making my own and this. And what happened is I erased all of them. I made my own new follow-up sequence, and my sales tanked. They just tanked, and I'm like, what's wrong with the sales page? What's this? No, I tried to just do something that I really didn't know, and I went back to it, but then I made some little modifications. I suggest, especially if you're brand new, there's when you're going through the setup wizard within iPass, and I'm going to show this here for you guys really quick in the setup wizard. Use something that's already been done. Now, if you have to make some modifications to make it more of you, great, but do it with time. But to get yourself up and going, and number 2 is setting up the autoresponder. Emails, get response, they're hooked. The iPass is connected directly with get response, and it shows you how to do that directly from here. And then there's an email list that you can have you can plug in this code that has an email sequence of like about 20 emails, etc. So I highly suggest you guys doing that. And while you're building, you can and you want to start making some modifications, maybe make a broadcast, test it out and start doing that. But don't just think you're going to be creative and make these awesome emails that sound so perfect to you when they're just probably horribly done. Do with what people are doing. So I just want to share that with you. I screwed my sales right from the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. So I wanted to share that with all of you guys. Cool. So I'm gonna turn it back to you, Nate.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And actually, you just put a good point out there. Why don't, if you guys are getting started, set up that campaign, so use one of the campaigns from there, and start, when you start building a list, send out, because I know you're working full-time and things, right? So send out a broadcast. So, and see if you get any replies from it. See the open rates and see if people like it. So that means you've still got your emails automatically being sent out to your list, but then you can just, on top of it, and it won't hurt, on top of it, send them another one and just say, hey, it's good to connect with you. Connect with me on Facebook, because if you don't try and sell them and you just show them that you're a person, hey, it's great, great to meet you guys. Would love to connect with you more in person. Connect with me on Facebook. Here's my personal profile. Send me a friend request. I'd love to meet you. You know what I mean? Those things can actually strike up a conversation that can lead you to a relationship, and and who knows how far it can go. It's a great way of breaking that gap of business and connecting with you, because eventually you do want to bring them in, and Brian's totally right. Okay, so if you're getting started, you do want to use a campaign code to start. All of my emails were, you basically drop the code in and it uploads like 30 emails or something. I don't know how big they are, but it'll upload a certain number of emails, and they'll just send out every second day. So on top of that, just start sending your own. Get creative when you've got a bit of time and you've got your brand down. And then when you start seeing your rhythm, then you can start to it, be the creator of everything. Because the reason that I've had success, because I didn't know any of this, so I used everything. Like, I'm just a product of the product, I say, because I've just done everything the products teach. But don't try and recreate the wheel too much. That's a very good tip. Don't try and recreate the wheel yourself. So like, use what they have. That's what I
Very cool.
Are you there?
Well, you want to throw anything in
So,
there, Phil?
next question I have.
Go for it.
I think I'm lagging.
You are lagging a little bit. You might want to
next
turn
I
your
have tips and tricks to. Okay, can you hear now? Am I good?
Yep. You're good, dude.
Okay, sorry, I'm lagging. So next question I have is from someone in Melanie and Tobias's team, and they said they want to know tips and tricks to connect with people. And basically that does come down with your message being the same. People will reach out to you. So the end goal here is to have people reach out to you. It's much easier, and this is why we teach attraction marketing. The whole idea with attraction marketing is to have people want to have what you are offering. So that means you don't have to sell anything, and this really works. If you set it up right, you will have people reach out to you and connect with you, wanting to know what it is you're doing, wanting to know how they can get it, wanting your want to work with you one-on-one. They want your time. Your time becomes valuable. But there is a few tips and tricks in the beginning when you're first setting up to very cool. It's a good way to connect with people and show them you're human. You need to make sure if you guys are talking to people on Facebook, don't try and sell people. Don't try and bring them in to buy this and that straight away, and don't say, join my team and your life can change forever when you're just getting started, right? And I know people might be thinking, well, what am I going to say? Basically, when you're talking to people, you want to relate to them. So you want to talk to them and say, hey, something like, oh, thanks for liking my stuff, thanks for reaching out, thanks for liking my page, whatever it is, however you've connected with them. I just wanted to say, hey, it's good to meet someone else that's on the same wavelength as me. I just want to connect with you and where are you from? What are you doing? You like traveling as well? Like, I would find a topic to talk about. And the funny thing is with this is you make friends all around the world now. So I like connect with people around the world that I've spoken to long ago. Some of them have never even got started in my business, but I don't have to sell anyone. You see, so I'd rather create relationships and build rapport and build honesty and trust in my brand that's going to last a lifetime versus trying to say, hey, join us and buy that and all this thing. You know what I mean? So I hope I'm making sense, but that's exactly what I want is like when you connect with people, just make sure that you are relating to them in some way, and you just want to have a conversation. Now, what this does is it builds rapport with them. What they're going to do is they're going to leave that conversation, right? You're not going to have sold or made any money or done anything but spend your time talking with them, yes. But what's going to happen is with you connecting with them on Facebook, because you've just added them as a friend and you've sent them a message, Facebook is going to put your post in front of them next time they log in. That's going to happen because you are the most recent friend and you've had the most interaction with them recently. This is what Facebook does. So the next time they log in, they are going to see the next post you've made. So if you share that post about how stupid and ridiculous this is, then they are just going to get instant negative energy from you. If you share something inspiring and something really valuable, those people are going to be so connected to your wavelengths and to what you guys have just been talking about. It's just going to take that relationship deeper. That they're going to be all eyes on you. They're going to love it. They're going to comment on it. They're going to want to carry on, and they're going to want to check out your page. They're going to sign up to your email list. They're going to get your emails, things like that. So this is what happens. You want to get people into your circle. It takes a little bit of time, but this is what you want to do. And then having them in the circle, they start falling in love with who you are, your vision, where you're going, where you've come from, and everything about it. So that's what you want to embrace, is actually putting all these little pieces of the puzzle together. And that's, that's where it all comes down to. And so what I would do right in the start, I really would, is I would have a conversation with a couple of people, right? And if I had a really good conversation with someone, and we're talking about something, I would go and write a post on that subject, within the next couple of hours if I had the time. And I'd write a nice, long personal development post with a cool picture, and then sure enough, I'd just make sure to see if they liked it or commented on it. And every time they would. And what it does, you see, is I know now that Facebook will put my post in front of them on their newsfeed. So there's a really good tip. So all it is notice I'm not being salesy. I'm building that person that I want to be by just sharing my vision, connecting with people, and creating a relationship with them, that they eventually start wanting to know what it is that I'm doing, why am I moving forward, why am I talking about marketing, or why am I talking about working on the internet, different things like that. Even if I haven't had success, like, why do you keep talking about that? It's like, oh, because I'm actually working on an online company myself. I'm really excited and pumped about it, and I can't, it's moving forward really rapidly. I can't believe how much we've grown in such a short amount of time. I'm looking forward to be able to travel the world soon. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking my vision. I don't have the results then, but I'm not wavering on where I want to go.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Brian?
Let me jump in here really quick. We got some crazy. All right. Hey, can you turn yours off, Phil? Just I think that's you. Or mute yours out. Okay, now it's good. It's good now. But one of the things is when you're communicating with people, people are buying into your vision. They're never buying into a company. And for instance, Facebook, just I saw some questions here on what can you post on Facebook and what can't you. You never post, especially on fan pages. Don't post anything about Empower and iPass on fan pages and stuff because they don't like that and they will knock you. They want to have. You always got to think of they want the user to have the most enjoyable experiencing. And if you're just spamming a business opportunity and get in this, you're annoying Facebook customers, right? People don't buy when you sling links, and you see that, and that's why Facebook and social media, as they clamp down on it, because you got a lot of bad marketers just trying to slam people with links and thinking that it's going to work. It doesn't work ever. It never works. The spamming doesn't work. You got to build relationships, and people are buying into people's vision. So I want to walk you through this, and a lot of the times people, a lot of people, and I think it's probably just the marketers that put it out there that this is a sprint. It's really a marathon, and you're building relationships. I have people that have been on our list for 2, 3, 4 years that are getting started with us because they're seeing our vision and we don't waver. Nathan, before he really pulled the trigger and went full force with myself and Rhonda, was a couple of years later. He got started, he bought a personal development product from us, and kind of just sat on the sidelines. And then he goes, man, these guys, they just keep on showing up. People are going to keep following you because they're seeing your vision, right? It's never about the business opportunity. And that's so key because, like, well, I got the best company and I can do this, and you just spill your guts, we call it, throwing up on people. You never do that. So build relationships and have a vision, and that's why we got Mr. Phil Wilson here. He bought into Nathan's vision, right? So I wanted to throw that 2 cents in there. Phil, if you wanted to say anything about that, I think this is a really good topic because this is like Facebook / communications 101 on, you know, things that this is all around communication, not just within that, but how you structure your emails and how you communicate with people. So Phil, if you want to add anything, it's a great conversation.
Yeah, a lot of people do ask about like how you communicate with people on Facebook, and there's actually a really good YouTube video that I do recommend to everyone. It's from Tony Robbins. It's called Best Methods to Build Rapport, and I mean that literally tells you everything you need to know. Because myself, being a builder, I never really knew how to talk to people in that sort of method. But what we're doing is attraction marketing, so we don't actually throw sales at people. Like if they're on your page through an ad, they already know sort of what you're doing, so you don't have to keep throwing offers at them, sort of thing. So you just keep your message strong, and yeah, like I know a lot of people say, should I throw like my sales link there? Should I throw my sales link there? It's like, no, like talk to them, like tell them your vision and ask them what they want, and then, you know, like you'll get there. It's like, don't just be like, yeah, just click this, because you'll just lose people instantly and they'll never look back. Like they'll just know you as that sales guy. But building rapport is huge. It's huge. So if you get a chance, I'd say quickly look at that video from Tony Robbins. Once again, it's called
do, because we've mentioned quite a few things when we send out the follow-up email, and on our Facebook group we'll have all these things, so we'll compile them together. It'll be a good little resource page, so if you're wondering where do I find that, we'll send that out to everybody. So keep on going.
Yeah, because yeah, that video actually teaches you like all the different types of people as well. Like if someone's just like, what are you doing? Then you just like respond with the same sort of enthusiasm and just the same short content. If someone sends you like a bulk email about something, then you send them a bulk email back. You just like, yeah, just watch the video. It tells you everything how to talk to people. It's like, I wouldn't actually have gone too far if I don't like understand how to do that. And yeah, pretty much these are the guys that taught me everything. So listen up.
Ask you because I want to get this. I want this. It's just so practical because we get it so much. Just, you know, everybody wants to just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Well, let's just get it straight from Phil. This is I'm going to put you on the spot here, but man, you've been in just for a short amount of time, but you came out of came out guns a-blazing and made stuff happen. I mean, break it down for the people. Like, what did you do? Like from getting started to you know, how long did it get to your black card? What were you doing in the meantime? Did you just apply the Facebook training and start going with that? Did you do another method? Tell us exactly what you did, because you're brand new, dude. So give it to us, man. Rock solid. You guys want to hear? Let's before that, let's make sure everybody's awake and nobody's sleeping. Do you guys want to hear from Phil? Who's, I don't even know how long he's been. Yeah, you want to hear it. All right. Yeah. Good. Good. You want to hear it? Cool. I want to hear it. Yeah, hell yeah. I always love the hell yes. Hell yeah. All right. All right. Slowing down here. So I gotta just gotta get the tranquil blue. So, all right. Give us a. Don't hold anything back. I don't want you talking fluff. Tell us exactly what you did. You know, to start getting the results, man. Because you got results right away, and now you're out traveling the world like a crazy hell yeah human being.
Crazy how you're human. Okay, right. When I first joined out, we actually didn't have iPass. I was a month before iPass started, and it was a little bit different. But anyway, so I started off just with the blog. The blog's $25. So you get the 8 core commitments with that. So what I pretty much did is went through all the basic training, all the 8 core commitments, and set up my first blog. But I found out pretty quickly I wasn't the best of bloggers. So what I did was I actually started watching all of Nathan's videos and Brian's videos, did his perfect day training, went through all of that, and I had my 7-day timer window in the back of my head the whole time. And after a while, I just started going through their Facebook page because that's what drew me in. And then I just saw his message the whole time. And I saw how he progressed as well. I mean, like, he obviously wasn't making millions and traveling the world or anything straight off the bat. But I tried to learn as much as I could. And to be honest, I was going around in circles and circles. Like, I felt really overwhelmed. Like, I didn't really know what I was doing. But, yeah, after watching one particular video of these two guys downstairs actually on a pier, like they were talking about like how they wanted, like, about taking like their business to the next level, you know, like about dipping your toes and things. And what was that video called? I probably want to watch that as well. But yeah.
The video that you're talking about was just Nathan and I having a cocktail and really just reflecting on, you know, where Nathan made the decision of, I'm going to play full on out. That's what it was. And that video that we did today was actually, will be a good update one. So stay tuned for that. Keep going, dude. They want to hear you.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the messages, and they're like, go, Phil. Yes, we're awake. Yeah, thank you so much. Jarka, I love having you here. She's a Black Card member. I don't even think I've even spoke to her, but she wants to hear your juice, dude. So give them the action. Don't hold back, brother.
Sweet. Okay. So yeah, I was pretty much faced with the decision. This decision was pretty much what changed everything for me, because I haven't done any personal development at all. I haven't done any sort of training like that. I've never heard of the 4-hour work week. I've never done any personal development, anything. All I saw was Nathan's you know, his brand that he was doing. He wanted the lifestyle, and he had been in it for like, I think 7 months at the time. I've been in it 7 months now, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, he was doing it, and he was just so inspiring and happy, and he was doing exactly what he wanted to do. Like, so that, of course, for me, like, I actually stalked these guys a month before I even bought the blog. But anyway, so the timer went down, and I was like, the last like 4 hours or whatever it was. And I haven't told Swano. I was just like, look, dude, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, make it happen. I'm just like, okay, give me like an hour. Went shot to the bank, got like an extra like K and a bit, and then came back.
Wait, so did you tell me before you told Nathan?
Yeah, actually, I did. Yeah, I think I talked to you more than I talked to Nathan. Like, I don't know, but yeah, I was just telling you. Just had a quick chat, and then yeah, I was just like, oh, screw it, dude. Like, I wasn't happy at all where I was. Like, waking up every day, my job sucked, dude. Like, I went to like 5 different jobs that were all the same, and I just didn't want to spend the rest of my life waking up like not stoked at like 5 days out of 7 just not being happy when I woke up. So I made the decision, or else I would have always regretted it, not giving it a go. And yeah, pretty much I got in, started smashing through the training, and Nathan said, yeah, just
Training I'm talking about, like specifically, where you go through, and here's I want to share this with everybody, because you get a lot of products, you can get overwhelmed with trainings. We got calls left and right, and that's where a lot of people come in, and they're like a Ferrari on ice. There's like a fire hose getting shoved into your mouth. What did you do? What training specifically? And when I'm sharing this with you, it's going to be different for everybody. Some people, they're like, I have to go through all the top producer formula, the team building formula, and the mass influence before I do anything. I'm going to share what I believe is the best method, and I want to hear from Phil on what he did. But I think the best thing is always do a training and then replicate it. Like, go out and do it. The best thing you can do is learn and then do, and you can teach too. But what specific trainings did you go through? What used to be the Costa Rica or the 15K formula? Was there, like, for instance, I shared with you guys that the autoresponder came up. That was one of the best trainings. I didn't go through all the 15K formula, which had those. I didn't care about solo ads. What did you focus on specifically? And this is not the golden rule of like, this is what you got to do, but what did you do?
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing what I did. Like, at the time, like, I actually got injured at my job, and my boss pretty much told me, like, you have to be at work tomorrow, like, harden up, and you're not getting compensation, or just don't come back. So I pretty much told him where to go, and then so I had a little bit of time at it. It was a Friday anyway, but I literally spent probably like 16 hours going through each of the products, like day after day. So I was like on the computer doing it, trying to absorb it. I I started off with the I listened to the Inner Circle to get it off the bat, and then I went into the Costa Rica, went through the whole training series, went to the 15K, went through I think 3/4 of that series, and started looking into the Masters, and it started getting like, I think I spent like 4 days doing that, and I'm just like, yo, Nate, like, what should I do? What should I do? It's just like, dude, it's like, just go, because I went black. He's like, dude, go straight into Facebook PPC. That'll get you set up quicker. And I'm like, oh, sweet. And yeah, actually after I did the Facebook PPC, like, it got majority of the things set up. It's not even like, you didn't even have to advertise, but it just, the way they talked it really got everything set up, like how to post on your Facebook page and how to link everything together and like who you should be targeting and your niche market and everything. But I mean, like, yeah, I'm not too sure how people would do it if they started at gold, because I went straight to the good stuff, I guess. But for me, like, I got really lost when I didn't start listening to an Inner Circle every day. Like, I'd just be like throwing everything at it. I'm going, and then something wouldn't happen. I'd get frustrated, write a blog, and it sounded dumb, so I'd delete it. But you just need that initial mindset every day. And then I remember, yeah, every day before I was going to the gym, I'd chuck on 4-hour work week. I found it out like a month later or something. And then, yeah, like, it's amazing what an audio can do to you. Like, usually I just crank the sounds loud as, like, subs going, whatever. But you just start listening to an audio book, and it just puts you in a different mind state. It's good. Like, you just want to like succeed and achieve every day. And I still recommend it to every one of my people. Like, you have to listen at least half an hour a day, so I could just go off where I left, which is awesome. But yeah, I pretty much just followed the Justin and Jabril's Facebook PPC, and every time I'd get stuck, I'd ask a few questions, either Nathan or Rhonda. Sorry, Brian, says Rhonda on the screen. And then I'd just connect with other people in the teams. Like, you are a team, so everyone in your team is there to help each other. That's what I really like about it. So I'd always ask people, like, me and Sarita have worked pretty close as well, like, because we were both in Perth and everything. But yeah, it's not being afraid to reach out is one of the big things. Because at the beginning I was getting real wound up, like, you can imagine, like, on this computer trying to do all this stuff, and I don't know what was going on. Like, literally, I don't know if I was going around in circles, or I don't know what was going on. I ended up, like, trying to make a website and stuff, and Nathan was like, why are you doing that, dude? Like, why are you wasting your time doing that? I'm just like, I don't know, dude. I thought that's what you did. And he's just like, no, dude. Like, stick to the training. I'm like, oh, like, trying to, like, get ahead, and I've just started all these little things, and I've got like 50 incomplete things and nothing finished. And yeah, so I don't know.
Let me jump in here, because this is one thing for brand new people. I think this is a real golden nugget for brand new people that are just getting started. When you get started in the industry, you start getting on email lists, and you get inundated with this tool and this, and it can go, it's overwhelming. Oh my God, I need this. I'm going to tell you, and these guys can tell you, and any tribe member, we have everything it takes within our tribe. So just all the other stuff, ignore it, because the people that are having the results, they're like, if you just put your blinders on, because that's the way you said it, Nathan, right? You put your blinders on, like, all right, he's telling me this is what I need to do. I'm going to do it, and that's what Phil did, right? Put your blinders on and just start going. It's like, why are you doing that? No, just focus on this and do it, right? And it's such a key thing, Nathan. I want you to touch on that, if you don't mind, because I know that's what you're like. If I focus on this and just do this, I'm going to get results. If I focus on this and just do this, I'm going to get results.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong. Like, I got sidetracked. I found it hard times. I got overwhelmed. I tried making my own WordPress website as well. I tried making my own blog, and it took me so long to, like, try and move, like, little header, like 2 pixels over or something. Like, dude, I spent so long doing things like that, and I got sidetracked myself. And when it's pretty funny now, because I have team members that are getting started and so quickly having results. It took me, like, I don't know, months. It took me months to kind of get my head around everything and put it together. But, like, now it's been totally worth it, right? It's totally worth it. But that's exactly what it is you kind of got to put your blinders on. And if I could say, if I could give you advice on where to focus on in the beginning, because I'm looking through these questions, because we're in a Q&A here, I'm looking through these questions, and I'm like, basically that's what everyone wants, is they want that sense of direction. We know number one is our mindset, our belief, because this whole business, this whole industry, as far as you're going to take yourself, comes down to the mindset you have. And the second thing is to focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one path until successful. That's what, focus on one course until successful. And if you can do that, that's the best thing I would recommend. So where to start? I would say your brand. Who are you? What is your core foundation? Like I was talking about today. I had a message from someone saying, I'm home all day, I feel like I'm wasting my free time because I just don't get anything done. I jump from project to project without finishing anything. Facebook ads, email campaigns, landing pages, and all that. And I can understand that, all right? But where do you start? Start with that brand. Put it onto Facebook, build a blog about it, and then start writing out. And actually I got another comment saying, I preach my story out loud and I'm only just getting started. Is that weird? No. Start preaching your story. Start preaching your brand. Start thinking about who you are, where you want to be. I remember when I was plumbing, I pinned this thing out because this is what Bob Proctor told me to do. Some of you guys might think this is really weird. It's kind of weird for a 20-year-old. I was like 21 at the time. I didn't tell my mates I'd done it. I had it behind the curtain, but I pinned this sheet on my on the side of my bed. So I read it at night, and it was like, I think you've seen it on The Secret. I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I read it every night. I can't remember totally how it went, but I was like, the first one was I'm completely relaxed in mind because I was so stressed at work all the time, right? I get to travel to any destination, or to any location in the world whenever I choose. Money is not a problem any longer. It is one of the furthest thoughts from my mind. I lead my life with adventure, and something about I take myself wherever I want to go, and I'm totally happy with no stresses in the world because stress was my number one thing, right? And I just wanted free time and an easy life and never have to worry about money and to be able to travel the world for a time. I might have been asking for way too much, like most people are like, yeah, right, but then look at it now. Where has it taken me, right? I can now confidently say that everything has come true. So like, don't be afraid to start preaching this person that you want to be because it will change everything. And then where this will take you, this is my journey, right? So it's like you start thinking about that mindset, you create a Facebook page. So I'm actually putting this into action. It's not all airy, fairy, fluffy stuff. You've got this vision. You write your posts on Facebook. You start building a page. Every single day you try to put something else on Facebook, and you just keep it going and you keep it fresh. You keep posting posts. You start doing a blog post. You add a blog post to that. So if you've got no time, one day you might want to do a post every single day on Facebook, and every second day do a blog post. Every other day send out a broadcast email. So you start building your day-to-day things that you're doing, and all this is going to do is just going to keep building this brand bigger and bigger, but you've got to make sure that you do something. So one, get the post out on Facebook. Get it out, start building it, and then get those emails, start sending those out. Then you've got your lead pages set up, and I get it. On the weekend, one day you might want to go, all right, today I'm going to get my funnel set up. So I'm going to get my lead page so I can have it totally customized to me. I'm going to go out and I'm going to shoot a bridge video. I tell you, my first bridge video sucked, but it was better than not having one. It absolutely sucked. I just couldn't, I don't know. So my biggest roadblock was getting in front of the camera and talking. As soon as I got the camera out, I was like, that was my biggest roadblock. So my first bridge video sucked. I know people are going, oh, I can't shoot a bridge, and don't worry, mine sucked. Mine was worse. So, one day you might want to just be like, all right, I'm going to get this sales funnel down. This is what you do. And then you've got your sales funnel. And I got another question from someone saying, how do I get my links to them on Facebook? Well, you've been shooting them a private message. If they're asking you what are you doing, you can say, well, actually, I've kind of partnered with this company. You can check it out if you like. Where do you send them? You send them the link to and mine was my link that I sent to everybody in my chat for the first 6 months was lifestyle-preneur.net. So they went to that, and that was a link to my capture page. Then it went to my bridge page, and then it went to the iPass, and it was actually in power at the time. So it went capture page, bridge page, iPass. So I set all that up. It took me time, but I used that link forever and ever, and it helped me, and that's how I connected. That answers the question of how I connected with how I send links on Facebook. I would do it personally to them. I wouldn't worry about trying to send it to 1,000 people at once, because I wanted to get quality people. And so this is what you do. And then sooner rather than later you'll realize, especially if you're good at shooting videos, because I wasn't, if you get videos out there, people relate to you, they'll start seeing your vision. If you can speak it in person, then you'll start getting people be like, wow, what is this person doing? And it will happen. So that's kind of what you want to do, is to start building. Start with the core foundation is everything, and then just start slowly building on that as you go. Then when you get to these events, we'll just have everything laid out to you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and make sure every piece of the puzzle is put together by the time you're done, and that's why everyone's exploding after the event. But like that is just what you want to do, is even though, in the start, you're posting these posts on Facebook and you might be getting like 1 like off your page, and then you post another one and you get no likes. And you see that like 50 or 100 people have seen the post, no one liked it. You're like, why did no one like that? Well, give it time, because mine did too. When I look back on my last open air post, no one liked my stuff at the beginning. Now I'd post like the same thing almost. I'd say like virtually the same message, and then you get like 100 and something people like it. So that's kind of what you want to do, is just realize, if you can, get it in your mind that you're working on something that's going to get you further in the future. It's worth doing it. It's worth putting the time. It's worth spending the audio, like listening to the audios every day. It's worth trying out a blog post and trying to see if it works. It's worth getting out the camera and trying to shoot a video, because that's one thing that I didn't do enough when I got started. If I could do something else, I would. If I was to go back, I would pull out the video camera more, because it's like, if you can push yourself to keep going and doing these things, it all comes together and it all makes that bigger picture. So I hope that's kind of making sense and I'm on the right track. And I'm still going through these questions for you guys. But are we good?
It's a lot of questions. So you're without attending one for new people, moving to the next method versus massive as intimidating. So can you yourself out? I think that's. I think we're getting a back thing. Is that good? All right. No. All right. So it's cool. So the training class of new people, keeping it simple. Have we thought about that? We pretty much do. Moving to the next method, and then the first is mastery. So when we go through, like for instance, our masterminds, we're bringing people directly from ground zero. You get pre-work, and then we get implementation, and then bringing it right from there. So there's, there's different things for, like, when we have our new member orientation. The people that are that have been around for a while, they're not going to be on it. There's also stuff that, going through the getting started videos that we put into our membership site. When you go through that, we're walking people exactly through the same system. So, Gina, if you're you should be having access to the Freedompreneur Academy, going through those videos. Those are key things. My brother, every single week, or every other week, he does a fast start training call, and we have the recordings on that. So essentially we do that. Yeah, I don't know how else to actually say that. Cool. I'm confident that Nashville event is going to change my life. Absolutely. And you know what? It's going to. And it doesn't have to wait just to Nashville. You're gonna, you're taking the action now. And if here's another thing is that, a lot of people will wait for a certain thing, and then this is going to transform it. It's transforming right now, and every single thing that you're doing right now is building you up. So you have 7 weeks before you get to Nashville. There's a ton of things that you're going to be prepping before that. And a lot of times it's and this is where Nathan, what he said, is this business is about belief. And I know that it's hard to really, it's becoming more common right now, this internet world, because now we have the social media. You get to actually see people. They can't just stand behind a house that's not even theirs, or a car that's not even theirs, and learn how to make money. People can search people out, and they know who we are. And that, to me, that plays into our advantage of attraction marketing. And one of the things, probably the biggest thing, is what the masterminds do for you, is you get belief. Because one thing is that there's going to be a lot of, and many of you will be sitting there going, I believe, but deep down inside you really don't. You're like, I want to believe, but I don't. And what happens is when you go to these events, you get to see us eye to eye, face to face, shake your hands, learn from us, right, one-on-one, have a drink together, have some dinner together, and you get a belief level that this is real. And if anything, if you don't believe in what you have here, nobody else will actually believe as well. And you can say it all you want, but until you make that switch, that is such a key. So I just had to share that. I'm not sure where that came from. I think that was, yeah, oh, that was from Michelle's. Like, I know it's going to be confident. Well, it's already doing itself right now. And the fact that you get to see the videos of the people that are having the results, that belief level is like, I'm already there. Write this down. This is one of the cool things that I was shared with when I was, when we were just starting, is that, you mastermind with leaders. You cultivate that expectation of leadership. And that's where the Creating Your Perfect Day video and the Inner Circle PDF that Dave Wood has, you're already creating that. You're not, let's say you're not making any money yet, but you're already cultivating that expectation. You already are that person. What Nathan said earlier was he wrote, and he put it behind his door so nobody else could see it, like, this is who I am. I'm picturing this. And it's belief, man. It really is belief. So let me keep on going through a few things, and then I'm going to turn it over. Hi, Hanale. Loved, Diane says, love Spills Bridge video from Vegas. Cool. How do you lead? Okay, Nathan already turned on that. I think you've answered a lot of that. You got to run, Lori. Cool. Let's see. I believe, Sonia. Okay. My knowing is growing. So true. Meeting you guys makes all the difference. Very cool, Diane. Best tip you can give those who have no money at the moment to get to the mastermind. That's a great question there, Sonia. And here's the thing. And I want everybody to take so pay attention really quick. Ah! All right. Hopefully I didn't freak you out too much. Little pattern interrupt right there. It's funny is I can't see Nathan. I wonder if is Nathan making funny faces too. I had my thing. Ah! All right. Here's the thing. We never know. I'm going to repeat this a few times. You never know how much somebody has. You really don't know what their situation is. You never know. You may think, they may tell you, and here's what it comes down to, Sonia. It never comes down to money whatsoever, because if you want something bad enough, you will figure out a way to make it happen. Nathan, did you have the money? Nate, what did you do to get the money to make it happen?
I started looking around the house and started selling whatever I could.
Yeah.
Selling things I wasn't meant to sell, like my sleepers that I was meant to be renovating the house with and things like that. But hey, look at where it's got me.
Hey, well, and you know what? Let me just add this. Okay, mute out really quick. So here's what happens is that we buy into people's excuses, and when you buy into excuses, I don't buy into any excuses. And Nathan knew that, and when I put it to him, he knew he wasn't going to be coming like, oh, I can't do this, because I don't allow it into my mind. Because I have, if you've seen our videos, man, we have lost everything, right? And we figure out a way to come back. If we wanted something, the easiest thing for us to do was if you've seen our story and we had a lot of money and we lost everything in a real estate development thing. But what happened was we were given a decision where we were dead, flat, broke, like way in the hole because of the real estate debacle. But what happened was we were put at a point of, hey, we can go be quote, responsible people and go get our jobs, right? I was an engineer, Rhonda was a corporate person, and we went, no. You know what we did is that we had a vision and we put it out to everybody that we're going to, my wife said she's never going to put our child in daycare, and our daughter was 1.5, and that was her why. And she said, hell or high water, I'm going to make it happen. Now, is it the worst situation that we're in right now? Absolutely yes. Wayne Dyer, I forgot, so many people say that, but it shall to pass. So don't ever buy into people's excuses whatsoever. I don't buy into mine. I'm not going to buy into anybody else's. You never know anybody's situation. If they want it, they will figure out a way to make it happen. I know Nathan's about ready to jump in. I can see him jumping here.
Can I add to that?
I know Nathan's about ready to jump in. I can see him jumping here.
Yeah, I want to add to that because, do you know it's totally true? Do you know if you hadn't said to me, if you want it bad enough, then you'll find a way to go all in and get to Miami. Then, like, if you didn't say that if you want it bad enough, you know, you'll make it happen. If you're kind of like, because I said I had no money, and I meant it. Like, I didn't have anything, and I'm not joking. I'm still not joking. I couldn't do it. and so I really did. I was like, if you didn't say that, and like you had me sitting at the computer kind of going like I was stressing. I was cursing at the computer actually, like trying to go, how am I going to figure this out? Because suddenly I changed. I don't know why. I didn't think I couldn't. But if you would have said, okay, I totally understand. Well, for now, what you want to do is you want to start blogging, and you want to and you want to, you know, sort of try and build your audience, and just keep doing what you're doing. You know, if you would have said that to me, you know, I wouldn't be here right now. I really believe I wouldn't, because you know, you made me stretch to a place beyond where I thought possible, and that's the biggest thing. Is you really forced me to do something that if I was to step outside myself and see myself doing it, I would have thought it was ridiculous. Like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Don't try and sell things to get into this internet thing. Like, what? Like, it didn't make sense, right? But because you kept you helped me believe that I could do something that I didn't know how I could do. And the fact that you did that, and you said, you know, if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. That was enough to sort of make me just go full steam ahead for the next few weeks to just figure out how I can make it happen. There was no how can't I. And it's so weird how like things change and things pop up, and you start realizing, oh, well, if I do this, then this can happen, and if I do that, then that can happen. I do a couple of cash jobs after work. That's what I did, doing a couple of cash jobs, get some cash, things like that. Oh, if I don't buy this, you know, I'm going to have a bit of extra money here. Like, I'd done everything I could. I really did. I went hard, done everything I could to make it happen, and it's absolutely changed my life. I believe if I didn't, and if I just kind of carried on dipping my toe in the water like I was, you know, I at some point would have got so frustrated that it wasn't really working, because I didn't have that fire enough to make me want to really go for it. Like, I probably would have given up, and I would have done something else. You know what I mean? Like, because there was that much, like, it was that important to me once I had when I finally pushed the buy now button and it was like all on, that was a commitment to myself that I'm going to do what it takes to make this happen. Right. And so it just changed everything.
Cool. Very, very cool. Phil, you want to chime in at all?
Yeah. What do I have to? Oh, yeah. Just every day, like, this is what some people do. Like, they go to bed thinking about something and it gets them all angry, and then they wake up still angry about what they're doing and they couldn't get. One practice I used to do is just wake up in the morning, like, just remember why I started it, where I wanted to be, and then realize where I am. And from there, as long as I'm going forward every day, like, just even if it's one little step, it's still getting me towards that goal every day. And from there, I just woke up every day and just got that little step forward, and then over time it happened. And that's why I really like blogs. I never used to do blogs, and I'm paying for it now. Blogs are forever. Blogs are going to always generate you traffic. Blogs, like, oh man, like, it can be like, I'm going to do video blogs because I don't like typing because it's annoying. So, I mean, you've just got to find what works for you. Majority of people like to put blogs, and they really like blogging. Like, it's interesting if, like, I've always wondered what people are thinking, and if you blog it down, like, you can exactly see what they're doing. So make sure you put a lot of emotion and interaction with people in there too. But I'm going to mainly be doing video because, yeah, blogging is too hard for me. So yeah, pretty much you've got to believe in yourself too. I mean, you have to 100% believe in yourself. I wouldn't have started this if I didn't believe in myself. I thought to myself, why did I click on this link that day? Why did I initially put in that little purchase, and why? And then my why was because I wanted to be happy. I wanted to live a life of travel and freedom. So from that why, I'm just like, I need to make it happen, you know? I believed in myself. I knew I could do it. and I just, yeah, believed in myself all the way and just progressed every day. And, yeah.
Swano, are you? Phil's laughing, and I can see Phil laughing, but it's probably because he's like right beside him. Am I right? Because I never got.
Anyway, I'm not going to say the whole thing again, but it's the proof that it does work. From us being in the industry for 10 years, Nathan, you for 15 months, and then Phil, man, you've been, your direct lineage. We're all making, tribes. I showed the water, like it does work. The proof is it works. Now, what's the difference? We all have the same amount of time, sir. We all have different circumstances, right? But the fact is, if you want something bad enough, you're going to figure out a way to have it be money, how to have that result. I've had people that have got started. There's a lot of people that have got started and used our trainings, like Rhonda's branding training, and you know what? Just it didn't resonate, let's say, on the Empower thing, and she's crushing it in something else because it resonated with her. But what we teach, this is if people really get this, is what we teach at our masterminds, you can go anywhere with it, right? It doesn't matter what business, and people aren't buying a business, right? They're buying, they're buying into our visions, and we're giving value regardless of what you're doing. It's something that you can take with you anywhere, and that's what we have to offer. I think we should wrap it up, man. We've been going so long. I think we've answered pretty much everybody's questions. If you don't, if you have anything else, say it now. Other than that, get your black card, get all in. Decide if you're going to be playing full on out, or you're stepping your toe in the water. And if you're ready to just make it happen, like these two guys right here, they're testaments to it, man. They're like, I'm going to make this happen, hell or high water. Join us, have that belief, seeing us face-to-face in Nashville. It's going to get sold out, so if it's not you in the seat, it's going to be someone else. So you decide if it's going to be you or not. Over half the tickets are already sold, so it will sell out. That's pretty much all I can say. If you guys want to put a bill on it, if there's last-minute things. If anybody wants to ask a question, like one-on-one, you can put your hands down. I'm going to put everybody's hands down. If you want to come out and ask a question, put your hand up now. You can raise your hand. I'll call you out. Let's see. Jose, thanks. That was really helpful. Sonia, you guys are amazeballs. I love it. Amazeballs. So true. Masterminds are awesome, says Diane. Yes. No, we can't hear you. Sorry, that was me. Phil, I can with your story with Fun Days and ended up with Vegas all within a month. Phil, I connected with, okay, so Diane says, Phil, I connected with your story and within 5 days and then ended up at Vegas all in 1 month. Don't buy into anybody's excuses. Like that's what, if you want it bad enough, you're going to figure out a way to make it happen. Period. End of story. You can never buy into people's excuses because what you're doing is also, you're doing them a disservice. If I would have bought into Nathan's stuff, he'd probably still be under a building in the cold doing what he's doing, but I stood up because I saw something in him bigger than he did. And I challenged him on that. And by me challenging him, saying, do this, I put him into the position like, okay, he's got to put his, his big boy panties on and freaking go make it happen. So you are doing the biggest service if you do challenge people and don't buy into their excuses. Never do that. Brick and mortar, okay, very good call. Most exciting day happened for me. Michelle says she had a lot of obstacles, but she made it happen. And she says, I'll never regret my decision. I'm just going to share this also with you to go all in for 4K. Rhonda spent $25,000, almost $25,000 to get in her first business. And the stuff you get for this amount is crazy. So you are getting your money's worth when you make a decision going in with all the training and everything. Get all in. Cool. Michelle, yes. Sonia, and I knew what I was going to say. As I said, no, she knew what I was going to say when she asked that question about somebody, getting into their excuses. I can't hear you, Nathan. If you're speaking, you must be muted out, dude. Oh, you're good. Okay, you're talking to. Okay, cool. The book tries is amazing. Yes, it is. I spent 20. Okay, Charlene Burke says I spent $25K to get in my first business in 2008. Did you pay us? I don't know. Thank you so much, Jarka. It's great. Serious, yep. Tobias, if you're serious with your business, go on. Cool. Joel Bright, nice. Awesome to see you here, man. Great job, guys. I'm glad. Do you guys get some value? Can you guys put some comments? If there's anything else for a future one, we'd love to do that. Roommate connector, Jose, just put that into the group on asking. You can get a roommate. There's no doubt about that. Especially when it comes closer. Put that in the group, and people will roommate, so you'll be able to get a roommate. Cool. Helpful. That was Amazeballs. Okay, I already went to the Amazeballs. And all right, there's a thing on writing ebooks. That's a training that Rhonda has in the back office. We'll get that link. That's it. I don't see any hands. Oh, Michelle Tafoya, do you want to ask a question? Write it in the thing if you want me to open your lineup. That was awesome, says Rick Solano. Sonia says, great for stepping stone video sessions, yes. Michelle, did you accidentally put your hand up? If you put a question, if you write a question saying you want to speak, great. I will open you up. Otherwise, why don't you guys put a bow on it? There's, that's the only thing I can think of. Get your freaking black card and get to Nashville. There's nothing else to say. If you want to play full out, if you're really serious, just do that. You'll figure out a way. All right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
We got Michelle. I'm going to open up Michelle real quick.
Yep.
All right, mute yourself out. All right, Michelle, you are open. Michelle, wide open.
Can you hear me?
I can barely. Okay, keep talking.
I got a weird connection here, so I don't know if.
No worries.
All right,
I can hear
hey.
you right now.
So I'm so excited about Nashville. It's my first event. Perfect. Okay. Buchan was my sponsor. She's my coach. I've known her since we were kids, and she told me I'm going to be able to get a lot of stuff kind of set up at this Nashville event. I'm completely pumped about. And nice. I know we're going to have a lot of time, but not really having been to an event before, what can I really, look forward to and really getting, my funnels, and I want to have bridge videos and things like that set up. I'm like I said, I'm kind of doing this on a part-time in the evenings after my kiddo's asleep and working my job during the day. So I feel like I have a lot, that I'm aware needs to be put into place, but having that time, is that what we get to focus on the event, or at the event in Nashville, is getting a lot of these things, put in place?
It's a great question, and the one cool thing is that we don't wait until we get to the event to do everything. That's why we have two pre-work webinars that there's going to be homework. So you're going to be doing a lot of homework leading up to that. So it's not going to be just getting to the event and then bam, here it all is. We're going to do a lot of pre-work, and that's the cool thing. That's where the magic happens. So I want to put this out to everybody. You will do yourself a disservice, and you will do a disservice to your tribe, because we have tribe groups. And if you aren't within the game with everybody else, you're going to put other people behind. So just do the pre-work, and that's what it's all about. And then what we do is when we get to Nashville, we really put it into action. Cool? Yeah? Michelle?
Right.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate what y'all did for us today. I've been listening while I'm working, and I've really enjoyed it.
Lots of pre-work, says Diane. All right. Indeed. Anyone else? You want to say anything, Nathan?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and the cool thing is, like, what the idea of the mastermind is, because there's so much pieces to this crazy puzzle, right? Is to make sure that we have everything so fine-tuned, and everyone plays this kind of game different. So we want to make sure that by the time you leave, you know exactly what you need to do every day, exactly like who you are. We need to find your space because everybody's space is different. So there's no one way that we can talk to every single person like this and cover every single body and make sure that they're all on the right track. So what we do is we take all these pieces, and because we get to work with you one-on-one, there's going to be a leader that is going to basically kind of connect with you. So people connect with different type of different people. Some of the guys in the mastermind that were there last time, I didn't connect with a whole lot. We didn't talk a whole lot. Some of them I spent a lot of time with. You kind of tend to connect with these people that are taking the path that you like to. The cool thing is that everyone's had results doing things in a certain way. So we basically, you find what path you like, and then we just make it totally tight. We show exactly everything we're doing from start to finish and have you set up your own systems so that you can build a funnel yourself and you can just go full force when you leave the event yourself and you know exactly what you need to do. That is the goal of the full mastermind, so that you can have it running on autopilot. And basically that's what we want now. The idea is to be able to live the life you want while your business sort of, half runs for you, and that's what we have created here, the three of us, so and many more of us. So that's what we want to share with you, is just get this system so fine-tuned that it all works and runs smoothly. But with that, man, it's been a great hangout. It's been great connecting with you all, and I hope we answered all your questions. If there's any more, we'll do, like I said, we'll probably do an all-in call soon. I think maybe next week, next Friday, depending on how the launch goes with iPass. But keep your eyes peeled. Just focus on your brand. Get those laser eyes and work hard. And man, sky's the limit if you guys really just give it all you got. I tell you, it's the belief that you have in yourself is everything, man. So just keep going forward. You've all got this. You just got to keep trucking forward.
Very cool, dude.
All good?
All right. Very cool, dude. All right. Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that 5 o'clock is 5 minutes from here. So it's time for Vamos Abuelo y Piña. Let's do it. I like piña coladas. Getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga.
If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. If you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain. If you like